Welcome
to the second episode of Survivor Gods podcast. You excited?
Oh, so excited. How can you not be excited with the season going on, man? Just every moment, every second.
It's unreal.
You're just looking for the next second.
It's my heroes playing a game that I love.
20 years. 20 years in the making.
20 years.
Literally. I was a baby. 20 years, man.
You were a baby.
I was absolutely a baby.
Well, we got Kaylin.
Robert.
And we're your Survivor Gods. So, we got a lot to talk about this episode, but unlike the last episode, first episode, we're working some things out. We decided to switch up the order of the episode a little bit. But first and foremost, last episode we promised that our sponsor Subway would be a part of the episode. Unfortunately, we had some copy issues with what they wanted us to say and all that. So, Subway, we love you, but you're not the sponsor this week, but don't worry, we'll get you next week. But don't worry, this week we have an all-new sponsor, one of my favorites, M&M Meats.
M&M Meats.
Oh,
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong. Snacks, parties, food.
They got you covered.
It's delicious.
Amazing.
Amazing food. Check out M&M Meats. And of course, our forever sponsor, they love us, we love them, G2 Gatorade. It's the only thing you need. You're an athlete, you're hungover, you're just thirsty, G2 Gatorade.
Yeah.
That's what you need.
It's the beverage of kings.
So thank you to our sponsors tonight. Man, I think we should just dive in.
Sure.
As you guys know, if you watched the first episode, this is both a recap podcast about the episode that we just watched, but it's also we have a fantasy league going on.
Fantasy League.
So we're going to start off with updating the points
Yeah.
and what happened tonight. So those of you who don't want to watch the full episode can just get your points info and bail. It's kind of lame if you do.
Yeah, don't do that.
Don't do that.
We have so much to talk about. Why wouldn't you want to stay tuned
So
for that?
much to talk about.
What the hell?
We got some special guests coming next week. My sister will be right here joining us for the podcast. It'll be amazing. We have Evelyn, who's part of our pool, who is joining the podcast. The only reason she's not here tonight is she's also a part of a Bachelor fantasy league. And she's watching The Bachelor right now.
The Bachelor?
The Bachelor.
Oh man, dating
Like,
shows.
what kind of fantasy league is that?
I don't
Like,
know.
ugh,
Roses.
Evelyn, seriously. But I guess The Bachelor's ending soon, so she'll be joining us after. She's super excited. So Evelyn, we can't wait to have you here on the podcast as well. So let's dive into the points. Tonight was epic.
A lot of points to go around.
A lot of points to go around. We'll start off with tribe points. We had Decal won both immunity and a luxury.
Yeah, well, that's just because it was the same challenge.
Yeah,
So
same
you make
challenge.
it sound like it's a big deal, man. It's one challenge.
This one challenge, but as the scoring states, they get double points.
They do get double points.
So as a
Super big bummer.
super big bummer, but team immunity win is 5 points. Advantage or luxury one found or purchased is also 10 points. That's pretty huge. Pretty huge. So we're gonna dive right in. I just realized something.
What?
Last episode, Sandra purchased an immunity idol with her fire tokens, and this episode, Jeremy purchased.
He did?
So we have to adjust those points.
Is that what the rules state?
That's what the rules state. I didn't put that in the points.
Advantage purchase.
Advantage or luxury one found or purchased.
Yeah, so immunity is not in that. It's not covered.
It's an advantage. It's purchased.
No, immunity is not an advantage. Immunity is immunity. If you purchase immunity, that doesn't count. By the rules.
But Jeremy purchased an advantage this week.
No. Oh, yeah, I guess he did. Yeah,
He did.
I'll take that. I'll take the points. But, yeah, purchasing immunity would not under those rules, which, again, we created this preseason. It's not like we had any idea
Yeah.
what was going to happen. So
Well-
it's hard to know. But by those rules, I would say then, yeah, Jeremy purchasing an advantage would count. But purchasing immunity does not. By the rules. Immunity is not an advantage. There's a distinction between those two. We can figure out the points. If we need to cut, we can
Yeah,
cut. It's
I
fine.
don't know. No. I think anything purchased with fire tokens is a purchase. It's an advantage.
I disagree. By the rules, I disagree. We might have to bring this up to the pool and ask them.
All right, pool. I'm not going to update any points right now. Jeremy has 0 points for purchasing his advantage
If
right
you can
now.
purchase an advantage, that's going to count. By the rules, that's going to count. Based on, read it again.
Yeah, based
Read it
on the
again.
rules.
What does it say?
Based on the rules.
What does it say? Specifically the word.
Advantage luxury one founder purchased.
So then Jeremy gets the points.
Okay,
Now, it doesn't say immunity purchased. So that's different.
correct?
So what do you think, team?
Correct. Yep. No.
Do we think that immunity purchase counts as points? I don't think so. It's not in the
No.
rules. It's not worded that way. I don't think that
No.
counts.
Immunity find is worth points. Immunity played is worth points. We're not giving immunity purchase points.
I agree. No.
All right. There we go. We have consensus. So I am going to update Jeremy's points right now.
How much is that worth when you purchase an
That's
advantage?
that's 10 points.
10 points?
10 points for our boy
Yeah!
Jeremy. You have Jeremy?
I do indeed.
Is it like weird that you were arguing so hard?
Hey man, it's just what the rules say. It's just what the rules
what
say.
the rules say.
Of course there's bias there. I want points. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Don't you guys
yeah,
want
yeah.
points too? Anyone else who's Jeremy? You're with me.
Okay. So Jeremy gets 10 extra points. All right, here we go. So the DeKalb tribe all got points for surviving a week. They got points for winning immunity, and they got points for winning in the luxury.
20 points.
They got that spice rack.
They did.
Dude, rice tastes way better with some salt and pepper,
Rice and
some
spice.
paprika,
Rice and spice.
maybe some coconut oil. Who knows what's on that spice
Oh,
rack?
yeah, buddy.
Yeah, it's very good. The blue tribe kind of took a hit this week.
Yeah, it's not great.
It wasn't good. Wasn't
We're
good.
not quite happy about that.
But we did have Denise from the blue tribe.
That's true.
Denise found a split idol,
She did.
so that got Denise.
Man, they're so close too. Ben is right there. Ben is
Oh.
teaching her how to find the idol, and there it is. It happens.
Yeah.
Right under Ben's nose. And he doesn't even get the other half. What's that about? That's crazy to me.
That's brilliance.
I agree. You know, it was smart of him not to try to pressure her.
Yeah.
You could see it in the little confessionals there. I think if we tried to pressure her, she might have been a little bit off put.
Yeah.
But instead, he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I was here with you. It's fine.
Yeah.
Who do you think else would be good to give this half an idol to?" So Ben's looking pretty okay. But
Well,
yeah, what do you think about the move for her to?
well,
to
hold on,
give
hold
the
on. We're
half?
spoiling. We're doing points updates right now. We'll get into the recap.
All right.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, the blue team suffered. The blue team suffered. Most only got 5 points for surviving a week. We had Jeremy, who purchased, got 15 points. We had Denise, who found an idol. She got 15 points. The rest of the blue team only got 5 points. I'm cheering for blue, but here we are. So leaderboard, we'll put it right here. There it is. Ooh. So leaderboard right now, it's a tight race. The lowest score is 95 points. The highest score is a 125.
125.
125, and we have a tie between Dominic, my man, and Jordan Lynn.
Boo.
Boo,
Jordan.
Jordan.
Boo, Jordan.
Boo.
Boo.
I like Jordan though.
Boo, Jordan.
Okay, boo, Jordan. Some winners. And one thing to just mention from last week, I'm sorry, the Survivor gods are not infallible, and there was a minor error with Natalie's points, which we adjusted, and you all got the email. But yeah, so the points are correct. Jeremy got added the points as you saw live on the podcast. So let's dive in.
Well, so let's just break down the rest of the leaderboard here. Everyone wants to know who else is winning or losing.
Well,
So we got our top 2, but who's next?
it'll be posted.
Yeah, so let's break it down.
Next, at 120 points, we have Evelyn,
Evelyn.
and we have Zwicker. Evelyn and Zwick
At 120.
at 120.
Okay, who's at 115?
115, we have.
There we go. That's what I was looking for.
That's what he's,
All right,
that's
there we
what
go.
he's looking
Fifth
for.
place? I'll take fifth place.
What a bum.
Where are you, Rob?
I'm a 110.
Oh,
Most of the rest are 110 or 100. You'll see it in the email. We don't need to.
that's too bad.
We'll break down as the season goes on and points start to spread out. We'll break down the top 5.
Darn. 110.
Talking a big game there with one person already voted out.
Hey, man, it's working out. It's working out. All right.
Yeah. All right. So we start the episode. Boston Rob finds out, assumes his
Yeah,
wife.
he wasn't too sure. He was like, it's probably Amba.
Amba.
But it could be Sandra. We don't know. But he thinks that maybe Sandra gives him a fire token. Little does he know that Sandra is gunning for him. That's why Amber's gone. So has no clue, but he's thinking between those two people.
Yeah.
He's already kind of catching on.
Yeah. So Rob's a little shook, but you know Rob, he'll be fine. Denise, with the help of Ben, finds an idol.
Yeah.
Right away, I think Denise played it right, but I think Ben played it better. Denise finds the idol. Ben's right there. She's super excited. And Ben could have been like, I helped you find it. Let's split it up. Ben doesn't do that. He plays a smart move and says, you do whatever you want. I support you. Smart play.
They trust each other. They
trust each other. Yeah.
Funnily enough, though, right, going to Adam and then saying, what do you think about giving it to Parv?
Oh.
And Adam just like, no, don't give it to Parv. That's a terrible idea.
They bring Adam in because they view Adam as a strategic, manipulative player. And the first question you ask him is, should we give this idol to one of the most threatening players here?
She's pretty threatening, yeah.
And Adam, like, the look on his face was like, what the hell?
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do
Yeah.
that. Anyone can tell you. Like, maybe if you're thinking about voting out later, I don't know, but man, Parvati, especially when she's in an alliance with Boston Rob, are you kidding me? That is danger.
Just stupid.
Smart of Adam to say, hell no. We
Yeah.
are not doing that. Not in a million years. You should give it to me instead.
And Adam has half the idol now.
There you go.
And I have Adam on my team, so what a genius, epic player.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, one of the best that has ever played other than Boston Rob.
No, he's a pawn. He's not making it anywhere. If you add him on your list, you're done.
So then we zip over to the other tribe, and Kim finds an idol.
Yes! Good job, Kim.
Good job, Kim.
Yep.
But we don't see who she gives the other half to.
No, I don't know if they decided yet. Maybe they just didn't decide to edit it in. You never know. But
Yeah.
I mean, I can understand why she wouldn't want to do that just yet. She maybe didn't feel too threatened. You know,
No.
maybe as a good player, you want to wait until you feel like you're feeling the pressure, and then maybe that's when you start to look for, a specific person to ally with for your idol.
Yeah, I think she's being smart. She's playing it close to her chest. She's being smart. She did tell. Who did she tell?
She told
Sarah. The
Sarah?
blonde girl.
I can't remember who she told.
I think she told Sarah or Sophie. Oh, she told Sophie.
She told Sophie. That's
told
right.
Sophie.
There you go. Yeah.
And
She told
Sophie was just like, "Well, thanks for the info."
Yeah, it didn't seem like Sophie was really buying into it. I understand, you want to try to make an alliance with someone, and that's the best way to do it, So I still think that's a possibility. I know Sophie was kind of like in the confessionals was kind of like, why would you tell me that?
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens in the further episodes. Having someone who is willing to give you half of an idol, it's a big deal. So it doesn't look like she told anyone else. She just in her confessionals was like, why would you tell me that? Doesn't mean anything yet. So
No.
we'll wait and see. But I could see those being a good combo.
Right.
Kim is on the outs though. She's got to be careful, man.
Yeah.
People are scared of her for good reason. She is a tough player. Look at her; she's already finding an idol. This player is to be feared and for good reason. So we'll have to watch that and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, and she has the spirit of the jungle. Just was walking the jungle and tell her to go left or right, and boom, finds an idol.
True. Yeah, you're right. The universe is telling her where to go.
The universe. Yep.
Universe.
Ah.
We got to talk about the ladder incident.
Oh. Tony with it worked.
It worked, even
So-
though the first rung fucking fell apart.
So even though I didn't pick Tony for my pool, I understand Tony. Tony is a paranoid ADD head case, if there ever was one. And he is being so smart knowing himself, knowing that if he just sits around, he's gonna do something stupid. He called it out. He's like, if I'm not working on something, I'm gonna go look for an idol in front of a bunch of people.
We saw in episode 1 Wendell being like, "You want to run away right now?"
Oh yeah. Tony is like a dog on a chain with a bone 10 feet away. Like he's just itching, but he's trying to play it smart. Good for Tony. It's a smart play, and so he builds a ladder of string and bamboo. Somehow convinces his tribe, who all think it's a joke. Then he climbs his ass up that ladder and gets some fruit, whether the coconuts or
what do they call it? I forget what they call it now.
Yeah.
Something fruit.
Yeah.
Forgive us for not remembering, but hey, it worked out. He got 2 or 3 pieces of
yeah,
it,
he got some fruit.
and people were pretty happy. So I mean, it's not a bad look for him.
No.
I'm scared what's going to happen if they keep trying to use the ladder because that thing is not in good shape. But as long as no one gets medically evacuated, it's fine. Just please don't.
Maybe that's what they're hoping for. It's like this idiot's going to get himself medically evacuated. Why blow them out? It might be a whole new strategy.
Man, the confessionals were hilarious. Like Tyson's, the way he was talking. He was pretty invisible in this episode, by the way.
Yeah, Tyson did not move much.
No.
Which is smart for Tyson.
Yeah, and that's usually a good thing, too, by the editors. Kind of breaking the fourth wall a little bit. When someone's not pinpointing the episode, that's usually a good sign that they're going to make it kind of far, in my experience, anyways. So
at least survive the episode.
It's looking pretty good for Tyson, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we go to Extinction Island.
Edge of Extinction.
Edge of Extinction. I'm going to keep.
Are you ever going to get that right?
Probably not. Edge of Extinction.
Okay.
Amber, her amateur skill level showed greatly.
To be fair, both of them did. They both missed it entirely.
Both of them did. It was an anagram. But clearly, like it was hilarious seeing Amber trying to explain to Natalie, like, oh, it could mean this, and this, and Natalie's just like, oh, yeah.
And then in her confessional, she's like, oh, I knew, I just didn't say anything because I'm not an idiot.
Yeah, because I'm not an idiot.
Which was really good. Well, I don't know if that's real or not. Maybe later she was like, oh, I can totally play this off this way. Yeah. But hey, it looked good. It looked good. Yeah.
But like, it's funny that both of them though, like, literally could not figure it out, and she just went to get water and accidentally found it.
Yeah.
So Natalie finds an advantage. The advantage is
sold for a fire token.
Yeah, sold for a fire token. Any player she sold it to could literally go to tribal, watch the whole thing, and right before the vote, be like, you know what, guys, I'm going home. Bye. We haven't seen that in Survivor ever, and I can't wait to see it. I hope Jeremy doesn't screw it up and he actually uses it.
Yeah, it would suck to go home with that.
Yeah,
I think we're in a good season of players. I don't think anyone's going home with an advantage right now. That's my prediction. I think we're gonna be able to see that happen. But yeah, he's in a good spot. Obviously you heard him as soon as he got that opportunity. He's like, yeah, of course I'm selling my fire token for this advantage, because why wouldn't you? You look at the fire tokens, like what you can transfer them for, and for food for a few tokens versus an advantage that lets you get up and leave after the votes have been cast. That's a huge play.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's only worth 1, but it's early enough in the game. I guess I had to, right?
And so to talk about fire tokens a little bit. So right now, Boston Rob has 2 fire tokens. Jeremy has 1.
Well, he has 1 left.
There's 1 left. Yeah. He had 2, but he sold 1.
Yeah.
Sandra has none because she bought the immunity idol.
Right. Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Natalie bequeathed her token to Jeremy.
Yeah.
But then gave him the advantage, which means she sold it back.
So Rob has 2.
So Rob has 2.
Maybe the only one we didn't cover. I don't know if we.
I said Rob has 2. Yeah.
So that's it. Very interesting. I think this will play a bigger role as the game kind of goes on.
Yeah.
I'm sure things will cost more and maybe do more as well. But
Natalie has 2. Natalie sold the immunity, got a token. Sold the advantage, got a token.
Yeah, I guess so. She has 2 fire tokens.
So the only 2 players right now is one on the edge of extinction, Natalie with 2, and Boston Rob, who has 2.
That's true. I wonder. It's going to be interesting to see if maybe fire tokens will. Well, we already know they will do something on Edge of Extinction.
Yeah.
But what was the? Do you remember? Maybe we'll have to look it up, and we'll have to maybe put it on the screen. But how much she can sell her tokens for while she's on EOE and what that means. So I think it was just like food and stuff like that, which I don't think anyone on EOE would realistically want.
Yeah,
to do that.
The first 2 were food, and then like food and comfort, and then advantage, and then idol. But all of them were useless on
EOE.
On EOE, so like
You might want to save those for now because you can always buy them later when you have lots. I think that's what you do on EOE. You save them, you see what happens. Maybe something comes up. Maybe they haven't told us yet. So we'll see what happens.
What I'm wondering is we get a bunch of players on Edge of Extinction. So we got a bunch of fire tokens in play because they've been selling advantages.
Yep.
And as we know with Edge of Extinction, all we've seen so far is 2 players get back into the game from Edge of Extinction. That's what we've seen the one season that had it previously. So
Just
what?
2 players? I thought it was just one.
No, 2 players got in.
Okay.
Back in because they did the first tournament. 1 player got back in. They all thought they were gone, and they're like, "You're not gone."
Right.
Remember?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
So what happens to the fire tokens on that? Probably just gone.
Maybe. I don't think they're going to have them gift them to someone.
A second time?
We'll
Probably
see.
not.
We'll see. Maybe there's something going on there. That's the fun of Survivor, right? There's always a twist. You never know what's going to happen. So
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. So moving on to our next point.
Danny, what were you
Danny,
thinking?
what an idiot.
Danny, it looked like you were fine. Now, I don't know, again, you never know with the editing of Survivor. Sometimes they want to make it look a little bit more serious than it was, but it looked like Danny was fine in her old school alliance, but she was worried because no one was talking to her. And this may be some of that old school not playing the game in a while coming out here because she was totally fine. And she's freaked out, so she decides to go talk to people, specifically Ethan and Adam.
No, Ethan and Ben.
Ethan and Ben, Ethan and Ben. And say there's old school versus new school. While there are 2 people there that are one old school Ethan and one new school Ben. And Ben catches on. It's like, what do you mean? I'm new school. Is there an old school versus new school?
Well,
alliance?
Ethan literally had to be like, he's a new school, right?
Unbelievable. That's just a rookie mistake. I don't care how you look at it. If you're a Danny fan, I'm sorry. That was a bad move. Put a huge target on her back, and the rest is history.
Evelyn's a Danny fan.
I'm sorry, Evelyn.
Sorry.
That's a rough one.
You might have to talk about
Hey,
that.
I like Danny. I didn't pick her, but I like Danny too. I thought she was going to do well, but at least Kansas City won the Super Bowl. That's all I can say.
Yeah, right. But honestly, that comes down to the paranoia that they're all feeling.
It's true.
They're just if you feel good in your alliance, don't stress.
Yeah.
Don't make waves. Instead, she should have gone and talked to her alliance. There's literally a scene where 3 of her alliance members were over talking, and she was sitting there watching them. Just walk up. Hey guys, what are we talking about?
Or even just wait, because you never know what other people are going to say. You just have to wait, chill. The worst thing you can do is take one person from your alliance and one person outside of your alliance and tell them exactly what you talked about. Bad move. Doesn't matter what season you're in, but if you're in season 40, Winners at War, there's nothing worse you can do. She screwed up, and it cost her.
Screwed up huge. And, it cost her game for now.
Yep.
Voted off. 3rd woman voted off to Edge of Extinction.
All women going to Edge of Extinction. Hopefully that means that we will see more men going because I have a lot of women in my pool. So come on, men, get voted out now. Let's go. But man, it's not looking good for them.
No. But let's talk about the best player who's ever played, Boston Rob.
Debatable. Debatable.
Whatever.
Man, Parv's got him on lock too. You can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
But Parv's just chilling and being like, ha, Rob.
Okay, Boston Rob literally screws up a puzzle. For the first time, I think, in Survivor history, Rob screwed up a puzzle.
He screwed up pretty hard, yeah.
And that never happens.
No, it's not going to happen again.
He goes back to his tribe, admits that he fully screwed up, and then goes to the guy room and he's like, well, I'm not worried.
I love Ethan there too, just straight up comes up and just like, yo, you suck today.
You sucked.
You sucked hard.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Rob's just like, whoop.
Yeah, literally. There's a reason they're calling him the Godfather.
The Rob father.
The Rob Father.
Yeah.
He was playing a ring toss game all day, and everybody just kept coming up to him. The dude is one of your biggest threats. The dude still has his wife in play at Edge of Extinction. And everybody's like, well, we can't pull out Rob yet. Why?
It hardly even became a conversation.
Why? I love Rob.
I think there's a lot of editing in Survivor. The producers like to keep things fresh and and going. I think there's some conversations about this. There must be. I think it's just that they don't want him out yet. He's such a high-profile target. I think you can vote him off at any time to convince people to want to vote him off. But now is not the time. You heard him say in this episode, we need to keep Rob for challenges. Even though he fucked it up, he's still going to be good, and they have confidence in that. And I agree.
Yeah.
Rob is a great person to have in challenges, and you want to keep them.
No, well, and a lot of them are scared. They're like, he's a massive player. And he's one of those players, if you're going to take your shot, you better hit. Because if you miss that shot...
I mean, that's true, but you heard them talking about getting Parbout tonight. And, you know, if you go for Parv, you're going for Rob, right? I mean, It's the same thing, right? So a lot of them were thinking about it. Didn't end up happening. Not a single name written down for her, but, you know, they're starting to consider that possibility.
Yeah, but they're scared.
There's definitely some fear. Yeah, it's tough. If you're going to go for Rob, you better strike fast and strike hard, because if you miss, you're going to have some trouble.
You're done.
You're going to have some trouble.
So Rob survives another vote out. 2 tribal councils surviving. He's playing a great game. I honestly think maybe he was a little distracted. Amber getting voted out. It looks like a little bit of overconfidence in the immunity challenge. Like, oh, we're going to organize first and all this. Like, that just looks like overconfidence to me.
I think it works in most cases. I think he overestimated how much that mattered, right? The colors didn't... If you look at the challenge,
it really did.
The colors didn't really have a point in that, right? Like, there's going to be colors on either side of that left and right puzzle. So, yeah, it was the wrong move. But, you know, everyone falters every once in a while. We can't really blame him for that. I'm sure he'll be good to go for next time. I'm not worried about it.
But Rob, again, pulled off something I have never seen on Survivor. I used to work at Best Buy. And if anybody's worked at Best Buy or Future Shop or any major retailer, the last thing you do before you go home at night is you open your bag and you do a bag check. Rob literally got the entire tribe to do a bag check at Tribal Council.
Yeah, but...
Pour out their bags.
Man, it didn't work. Because you know those people had those pieces of idol in their bags. And you could see it. They showed it in the...
They showed them
in the PC. They showed it. Some of them were just kind of holding them halfway. He didn't go far enough. It was a great move. But if he was like, oh, we're going to go around and actually physically check all these bags... I bet you that he would have found something, but
he would have. But
unfortunately,
but you don't want to be that guy who like literally is like, no, show me your bag, show me your bag.
I don't know. I think as soon as you say, hey, everyone, empty your bags, you might as well go the full mile. You've already done it. But I think it was a mistake. I think that he could have went around and checked everyone's bags and had other people do it too. Everyone's curious, except for the people who have 2 pieces of the new idol, and you know, there's only 2 people there. So I think it was a mistake.
I disagree. I think he goes around, or Parvati goes around and demands to see in people's bags. He comes across as a tyrant. I think pouring out the bags is more about him pouring out his bag, Parv pouring out her bag, and showing to the world that they have nothing. I think it was a power play. Like, they could have, who knows, maybe it was edited out, but clearly Adam and Denise just put their stuff aside. But I think it was more of a power play, being like, hey, you're all paranoid, well, let's dump out our bags. I think it's more of a power move to show that he didn't have it versus wanting to see who had it. That's just my take.
I disagree, but yeah, you know, it's the first time we've seen that, so that's interesting.
Yeah. So we lose Danny tonight. No big surprise. She made a rookie move. It's winners at war.
Can't do that.
It's the last thing you do. Yeah, it's just what a calamity. Like, she's gonna watch this back and be like, I'm an idiot.
Yeah, she's gonna feel real bad.
Yeah.
She's gonna feel real bad about that one. It really seemed like she was safe. Even editing aside, I really feel like she was okay. She put a target on herself.
She just needed to go to the Godfather, the Rob father.
Yeah.
And be like, Rob, what's going on?
Yep.
And the fact that she's like, when she finally did, and she's like, I think Parvati's being sketchy. And Rob's just like, okay, I'm in. Like...
Yeah, as we're watching that, we're both like, yeah, that's not true. He's lying on his teeth. We knew it. Like, come on, are you serious? You're going to go after his number one guy, number one girl? Like, that's just not going to happen. Like, what are you thinking, Danny? What is your logic on this one?
Unbelievable.
Real bad move.
I think
probably couldn't have been worse.
I don't know what's going to happen the rest of the season, but I'm just going to say that could be the worst move of the season, but we'll see.
I think so. I don't think you can get much more rookie than that. I don't see how you do that worse.
No,
to be honest,
that's extremely rookie.
Yeah,
move.
it's like 2 things, right? One, putting a target on yourself by saying, I'm on the outs. Not even saying I feel I'm on the outs.
Yeah.
I know I'm on the outs. Because she's trying to like get ahead of it. She's not even on the outs. And then saying, let's go after your number one left-hand girl.
Yeah.
Just a terrible Calamity move. So, yeah, pretty bad. I don't think we'll see anything worse than that. Danny really just showing her, veterancy in the sense that she hasn't played the game in a while.
Yeah. But, hey, that was this week's episode. Rob is still in. That makes me happy. Make you happy?
He's going. He's going.
No.
He's not going to survive.
They'll be dumb enough to keep him to the merge.
It's not happening.
Oh.
You guys are crazy. If you think Rob's staying, I get it. You're Rob fans. Everyone's a Rob fan. I'm a Rob fan. But this guy is going. He's got no chance. You're crazy if you think he does.
Unreal.
Call it right now.
Well, all right. So we got to wrap this up. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Gatorade G2, M&M Meats.
Hell yeah.
Good episode 2.
Yeah.
I like that we disagree a little bit.
Oh, I totally
makes it
disagree with you.
epic.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want, comment.
Who's
down-
right? Yeah, comment. Hey,
comment
Kaylin,
who's
you're right. And Rob, you're wrong.
No.
Because I know you agree with me. Like, yeah.
This kid was in diapers when I watched episode 1 of season 1. Diapers.
Hey, man, I was 5 years old. I was not in diapers.
Who knows? Anyway, thanks for tuning in to the Survivor Gods podcast. We will see you a week from now. We'll have a special guest here. My sister, Melina. She's in the pool. She's doing okay. She has Ben, though.
Ooh. Oh, I don't know about that one.
Sorry, Melina.
Ben's not looking too strong right now.
Ben made some errors. I appreciate all of you. Love the show. Love doing this. This is going to be a really fun season.
Hell yeah.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, brother.